What did I do with this TV? Oh man.
Place for all the latest information laid out right in front of you. In a way.
Morning, Mr. Sylvester.
What's up, Mr. Jingles? How you doing?
Good. I still wasn't able to get that program to work.
What happened?
It kept giving me the same thing.
Wow. Hey, we got 3 of them for a test today. I didn't give y'all none over the break. I said I'm gonna let y'all rest. But you should have been looking over the information because, like I said, I'm gonna give you 3 badge. If you look at my screen, 3 badge programs to run. All right. And it's like a test, but you're gonna submit 1 badge file, then you're gonna submit a badge file with an info file, and then you're gonna submit a badge file. But let me see if every knows. They got some other people need to come on in. Go ahead on and put your name in the chat so I can have you for the role, everybody. So just chat your name into the role. But I'm wondering what the deal is with that program that you had. Give it like another 12:05, see if everybody come on there. Now, this is a test to where it's in class. You can ask questions or whatever, I'll assist you, whatever. If it's not completed, I'll probably give you a certain amount of time to work on it to complete it. But hopefully you can get it done within the class time. All right. Now I'll try not. I will probably won't give you answers, but I'll kind of direct you into the way in which to accomplish it. Give them a little more. One other person who came in. Give them a little while longer. Mr. Kader.
Yes, sir.
Did you get your situation straight for that class?
Yes, I figured it out. Thank you.
All right. Well, I can let you all get started because the link should be open. I opened it at 12 o'clock noon. And what it says here, let me kind of make this a little larger so you can somewhat see. All right. What it says is using this is the first assignment. But you're gonna submit them all under the same link test. And you could name the first badge file assignment 1, or assign way we know when you submit it. I know which one it is. Using VI, all right, create and save a file with the following file name, all right, and include it. Just say include your first and last name on the first line. So you're gonna create a file name, assign.cpp, and then you're gonna type in your first and last name on the first line, and then you're gonna save it, okay? Then it says, now you're gonna create a badge file, right? That .sh file. Create a bash file. Okay, when I told you name, your first and last name. So the first one, the second one, I guess you can, let's see, your first name. All right, this one will be your first name. And this one could be assignment, whatever. But this one will be your first name, all right, first and last name. So Mr. Jingles, your first file here would be JarrellJingles.sh. Okay, that will now. This is what that bash file should do. It should copy the assign.cp file to a file assigned to.cp. All right, copy it to assign 3.cpp, copy it to assign 4.cpp, assign 5.cpp, project 1.bak, project 2.bak, project 3.bak, project 4.bak, test 1.gcc, test 2.gcc, test 3.gcc, test 4.gcc, and test 5.gcc. So what you're doing inside your bash file, you are using the command that will duplicate that file but give it that new name. And you're going to do that for each one of these files. All right, everybody understands so far, right? That's done in the bash file. Once that's done, within the bash file, make 3 folders. I want you to make a folder called C++, make a folder called projects, make a folder called test. Okay? Now, also within that bash file, I want you to copy all of, and I want you to use one command line to do that within the bash file, okay? I want you to use one command line that will copy only the files created, only the created.cpp files into C++ folder. I don't want you to CD into the folder or nothing. I want you to just copy that information, all those files to that one folder. So you're gonna be using those whatever you can use the asterisk, the question mark, or whatever. And we went over how you can determine what you want to copy, because you're gonna have other files in your folder. All right. So I want just those files. And when you run the bash file, you shouldn't have any other files but those particular files in there. Within the bash file, after you do the copying of the CPP files, I want you to copy the created BAK files. So it shouldn't have no other .BAK files but project 1, 2, 3, and 4 when that program is executed in there. Now, what I could do, I could write a program. I could add a file to my folder called proj.bak, but and run your code. It shouldn't copy that file over if you use those different parameters to do it, to copy them over. And then you're going to copy only the test files. All right, these test files into the test folder, all right? Test.gcc files into the test folder. Now, once that's done, submit your bash file. But what you're gonna do, you're gonna execute the file to see if all that actually worked, all right? And then, because what you do, once you run the bash file, you should have those folders, those files listed in the home folder. You should have those C++ files, CPP files in the C++ folder, the bank files in the project folder, and the GCC files in the test folder. All right. So that's what you should do for that first one. Now, if you mess up and get an error, you might have these files in your folder. You're going to have to go back and delete these files. All right. And then run it again to make sure it runs right. You may even have to delete the folder, because every time you run your bash file is going to attempt to create the folder. It's going to attempt to create those files, and it'll give you error saying, "Oh, already exists, can't create." All right. Now that's the first one. For the second one, well, I'll go over it right now. So when a person finishes the first one, they can go on to the second. For the second one, using the VI, create a file and name it your first name only, just your first name. Using bash commands that will display 2 blank lines, your first and last name, the course number, which is CSCI 2153, the school and semester, BRCC Fall 2020, instructor's name, Mr. Sylvester, and 2 blank lines. So really, what's happening in this folder? All we're doing is what? What command we using? What command we using to create this one? Anybody?
Echo.
Echo. All we're doing is just echoing, right? So you can make sure you what? The 2 blank lines at the beginning, this, and the 2 blank lines at the end. All right. So now it says, then use the Unix command, all right, to copy the contents of your created info file, and I'll say this, the information file, into the previously created bash file. So you may want to make a backup of this bash file before you copy it. So you have a copy, because you might try to go to this one and then you overwrite that one and you can't submit it because you done modified it. All right. So you might want to save a copy of that one and before you get started with the second one. All right. So create this. All right. Create this file, but then I want you to take the contents of this file and add it to the previously created bash file. And there's a command to do that. Remember, we went over that command. Some people forgot a symbol to do, and what they did, it overwrote their file. So you're gonna have to be wise in when you're doing it. All right. So you got to remember what we did and what happened when you didn't use enough of those symbols. And remember that. Now, it says this: before executing the newly created bash file, remove all files and folders that were created in assignment 1. Again, that's all these files here except this one. Keep that one. All these files and the folders. All right? So you're going to need to delete all these files, and you're going to need the folder. I could have given you a hint, because you're going to see your folders and they're going to have content in the folder. You can CD into the folder, delete it, delete everything in it, then CD out of it, then remove the folder. There is a parameter that you can use to delete folders and everything within the folder without having to go into the folder and delete levels of folders and the files. And it's the -R parameter. So, when you delete or when you're removing the directories, use the -R parameter, and it's going to remove it and everything, all its contents. All right. So that's just a little hint.
Mr. Sylvester.
Yes.
I have a problem. My Wi-Fi just went out.
You got to do something, man. The whole Wi-Fi, or you just the connection?
I'm guessing the whole Wi-Fi, because it's not even letting me connect to internet. Not even on the phone.
I'm still talking to you. I'm on my phone.
Because I'm not on the Wi-Fi on the phone. I'm on my regular cellular data
network. Yeah. Boom. Well, then we're gonna have to get it done though, some kind of way. Hopefully it'll come up by the time I go through that last one. All right. So now, before executing the newly created bash file, like I say, once you put the contents of the info at the end of the other bash file, okay, remove all the files that was previously created in assignment 1, except for the bash file that you created. Yes. Somebody said something. And assign C.cpp. Now, you're gonna execute it, and what it should do, it should execute this time the same way it did before, but then at the very end, it should echo 2 blank lines, your first and last name, the course name, the school and semester, my name, and 2 more blank lines. So that's all that's happening there. All right. Hello, is everybody still there? Hello?
Hello.
Here?
Yeah, did it blank out or something?
Yeah,
Froze for me.
cut out or something.
Yeah, something happened real quick.
Yeah, the feed dropped.
Okay. My feed dropped, right? Hello? It was me, huh?
Yeah, I think you cut out on us.
Yeah, because I was looking and it's like like it just went out. All right. Yeah, I think that was me. All right. So let me go back here. All right. So now, so that's the second one. And like I say, what you may have to do, you have to rename. Like I said, it should be already renamed before you start the second project and submit it. The badge file and the info file. Now, in the third one, we're gonna be just using one. I think it's one of the parameters that we had. It's in the notes. Now, class, this is a test, in-class test. You can go back and refer to your notes and whatnot, and you can look at the videos, whatnot. So it's not like, well, you're confined to just, let me type whatever I know I'm gonna type. No, use all your resources. All right. You want to look something on the internet, no problem. Everybody understand that? It's almost like an open book test, right? Everybody got me? Question?
No, sir.
All right. So now, the third part or assignment, create a bash file that will display your info created in the previous file, all right? Which is 1A, which is the name, 2 blank lines, your name, your course name, school, my name, and 2 more blank lines. All right. And this shit was ATL because I had it in a document and then I copied it and changed it to 1, 2, 3. All right. So now, and will allow the user to, okay, so you're going to have this information. You could copy that or you could open this file here, use the same information, and then rename it to something else, however you do it, But I want this information in at the beginning of the file, all right? So then after that, I want you to allow the program to input a file name, okay? We went over inputting values into the bash file. Input that a file name, okay? Then you're gonna check and display if that file is readable, writable, or it should be executable. I'm gonna have to modify that. So you're gonna check to see if it's readable, writable, or executable. Now, if the file is readable, you're gonna output file is readable. If it's not, file is not readable. Then you'll check to see if it's writable. If it's writable, output file is writable. If not, file is not writable. Okay. If it's executable, file is executable. If not, file is not executable. So what's gonna happen when you well, let's take a file. Let's say where am I here? Let's say I'm doing ls minus l. I gotta start a project all over again. If I do ls, okay. Okay, here we go. So say we take anyone, say we take assign here, all right? And assign has read, write, but no execute. So the output for that file, if I input that file name to be checked, it should say file, and you could put the file name is readable. I mean, it's readable. Then file name, whatever the name is, writable. And then file name is not executable. You got me? Because what? Read, write, execution. Now, but if I put in this bash file, this ba.sh, it should say the file is readable, file is writable, file is executable. I should get each one of those prompts. So if, else this, if, else this. What? Yeah, if, then this, else this. Then close that if, else, end if. All right? So that's what I want. Where we at? Here. All right. So that's the file. And then once you execute that, then and it's working, then you submit that last file. All right? Any questions? So you can get started. Like I say, I'll entertain questions or whatever. Some people, or Mr. Sylvester, how or whatever, I'll kind of guide you and assist you in doing it. All right. So you can get started with this.
Mr. Sylvester.
Yes.
With the first assignment, the first
this one here?
The first program,
all
the
right.
assignments and the projects and the tests, is that what you want us to name it?
Right. I want you to give these exact names. What? Look. No, listen to what I'm saying. You're gonna create a file with your where's that? With your first well, no, let's see, what is it? Your last name here. So see, the file name gonna be your last name.sh. That's gonna be the bash file. You're gonna create this file also with VI. You're gonna create this one before you do the bash, because once you do the bash, then you're doing it. So you're gonna create this file using VI, and then you're gonna append it to insert your name, your first and last name in it. Then you're gonna close that out. Then you're gonna open up or create this bash file, using VI, and then you're gonna put in the commands that will copy this information into a file named this information into a file named this. So you're doing whatever, the commands to create the duplicate file. So assign will, all these files will be a duplicate of what? Assign.cpp. But what? We're going to copy it to what? Assign2.cpp, 3, 4, 5. But then we're going to copy this into project1.bak. They got the same content, but they just have different names. Okay? And then you're going to write the commands to create the folders. You're going to create this folder, create this folder, create this folder. Then you're going to write the command to copy these files, all right, along with that one, all those files into that folder, then the C++ folder. Then you're going to copy all of this into the projects folder. Then you're going to copy all of these into the test folder, all right? And then you're going to execute your bash file, which is going to run that. You may get errors. You got to fix your errors. Each time, though, that you're going to have to go back and look, you may have to remove all this all over again without removing this, all right, but deleting the folders and run it again, because you will get errors if a folder already exists or something, all right? So that's the first one. So you could, like I said, you could get started with that one. And like I say, you can look at the notes. You go back to Linux, and if you wanted to look at, well,
Does it
what is
matter where we
copy?
do it at?
Huh?
Does it matter what we do it
Either
at?
one,
Or is that
because
a
they
link
both
to
gonna give,
our?
yeah, right. They both gonna give the same results, right?
Okay.
Right. Because like I say, now the guy, we had these commands, the WC, the word count command, had the CP command, which is the copy command. We had the MV, which is the move command. All right, the RM with which is remove or the delete. All these commands we had in here. All right. So, like I say, you can look at the notes, and then you could go back further. If you go back and look at, if you want to look at the bash programming, you can go there. If you had some concerns, you can look at how it was written. All right, this was some examples prior to, but remember on the last class period, lesson 7, we had some more. What we had this here, but remember. If you look through here, and I'll just show you where you have what minus the minus X. What is true if file exists and is what executable. So you see what I'm saying? So, and then what executable, readable, minus R, that'd be another if. And then what? The other one is read, write, read. Well, what read and W. Where's the W? W here. True if the file exists and is writable. So that's it. Writable, executable, and read. All right. Where am I? Always here. Did your internet come back up, Mr. Jingle?
Yeah, I don't know how long it's gonna stay up. I'm just
Yeah.
doing the best I can with this class.
Yeah. Now, if you had your virtual box working, see the virtual box is working with your operating system because it's working within the operating system on your computer. So the virtual box, if it's working, you can do it within that, and you're not relying on the internet. But to submit it, you would have to have the internet.
I have a question.
What
With
the?
with these assignments, can we just refer back to our old programs that we
You
done?
can refer to, listen, what I just said, it's like an open book test. Refer to anything you want to refer to get it done. The notes, you go online, whatever else, the videos, whatever you want to look at to accomplish it.
Okay.
You said we don't need the quotations when we're doing a variable, like the value of a variable.
What you trying to do? You only need quotations when you're doing what?
Cause I'm trying to make a variable so I don't have to write assign.cpp multiple times. I'll just do a shorter variable.
But how you create that variable?
I do the variable name equals the quotation marks and then what the variable is.
Right. Like say, you could say name is equal to
See, what I
LeBrie.
have right now is A equals the quotations and then the file name assign.cpp.
A is equal to that. So what you
So
try?
so when I do, it's I guess it's more of a shortcut, I guess. So when I do my copy,
Uh-huh.
when I'm trying to copy the assign.cpp into the other files,
Right.
instead of writing assign.cpp over, I'll just put in the variable and then.
But no, I don't want to have to do that. Actually, do those names because you
Okay.
want to
All
copy
right.
from that. Because what I'm going to do, I'm going to just execute it
Okay.
and
All
everything.
right.
Because otherwise, I'm gonna have to what? Type those names. Type the
Yeah.
name. Type the name. No, have it to where you have the command in there for each, for each individual one, so that it can create it.
Mr. Sylvester.
Yeah.
So for the bash file with our last name.sh, the shell bash file, we need to create a program that's going to copy the file contents into the new files that are listed, correct?
Okay. Your bash file.sh will consist of commands that will take this assign.cpp and copy it and create each one of these files.
Gotcha. Okay, thank you.
All right. I needed to change something in here, what it was. I had what? You then. You make your first. Where is that? That ain't a mistake somewhere. Right here. And save the file with the file. What's that? Okay, the batch file. Last name. That should.
Mr. Sylvester,
Yeah.
do we name, like when we open to do the program, do we name it your first and last name, or do we name it assignment.cpp?
Assign.cpp gonna consist of a file with just your first name and last name in it. I know it sounds confusing, but you gotta look at this, kind of do it in order. Using VI, save a file with the following file name, all right, which is this file name here. Assign.cpp.
I got that, but what's confusing is when we get ready to do the compiler in the Linux terminal, what do we name it? When we create a new project.
Okay, look at the next one. Now create a bash file. Now, bash file is a dot what?
SH.
All right. Dot name, your last name dot SH. You already have this one created. So now you're creating a file called your last name dot SH. But now that will, all right, copy this file into this. So within that bash file, you're going to write the commands that will create all those files. You won't be doing it from the command line. It's going to be done when you execute that program.
So when we create new project, we name it your last name.sh.
Right. You're going to create a file called assign.cpp. Then you're going to create a file called what? Jingles.sh. And then you're going to have to put in the command, not from the command line, but from in the bash file. Put in the commands that are going to create this file, 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 and that file. The bash file gonna do it. You're not doing it at the $ prompt. Then inside that bash file, you're doing this, creating a 3 different folders. Then in that bash file, you copying the content selectively into each one of those 3 folders. All right. Remember the first or the second bash file we did. Remember we had to. I told you to create a file, copy the file, cat the file, and then create a folder, CD into the folder, and then copy the information. But this time I'm just telling you to copy it. Don't CD into it. Because you'd have to CD in, copy, CD out. CD in the other one, then CD out. So you're doing everything from that location, your home location. But that's within the batch file, the bash file. I thought I had an email or something came back. me. Two. Oh, they taking the test. Y'all got practice to do? Y'all got practice? Huh? Today. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mr. Sylvester.
Yeah.
Can you check your email?
Why? What's up?
Because the VirtualBox saying that the system program is probably detecting, so I can't do it on VirtualBox. I don't know what's going on with that.
The
And then my
system what
Wi-Fi
now?
went down. It keeps saying that the system program problem is detected. It's not allowing me to do it. And then my Wi-Fi is going down and I'm getting frustrated.
Yeah, but Mr. Jango, hey, that's computer science. I've been telling you that for the longest, man. You got to work through issues. That's machines. You know what I'm saying? And if you're gonna be working with them, man, you gotta have to have a little more patience. Now, your virtual box. Let's go back to your virtual box. Normally you would click on the icon to do the and or it'll pull it up where you can start the virtual box, right?
Right.
It give you a start icon, and you click start, and what happens?
I can get into the terminal, but as soon as I start typing, it says that a system program problem is detected. And then when I report the problem, it still won't allow me to type.
All right, so can you open up another terminal? Because you might not be in the terminal mode. Are you sure you're in terminal mode?
Yeah, I just type in when I open up my VirtualBox, I just type in terminal in the search bar.
Right. So click that again and type terminal and then click on it. And what's your prompt? What's your prompt show? Whatever. And now sometimes it's like the login name you gave it, like it could be Jarrell Jingles $. Or if you gave it my computer $. Right? See what I'm saying? You might not even be in the
It's giving me an error E35, no previous regard expression.
see, I'm gonna say what my Jade, catch my see if my tablet is in the truck. You in class though? Okay, don't worry about it. Yeah, my tablet with the virtual box is in the truck. Okay. Hold on. Yeah, because I don't know if you're in the right place. On the back, maybe on the back seat. The big one. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, well, you can leave it in there. There we go. Let's see something. It's June. All right, so let me see the virtual box. When I click on the virtual box, all right. So it comes up, no, I don't want to, it's asking me to put a new version. I'm going to keep that one. All right. So it gives you this menu where it say Oracle VM virtual box. And then they have the little arrow to start, right? To start my virtual box, correct?
I just had to restart the VirtualBox. Hopefully it continues to work.
All
But
right.
the Wi-Fi is still down.
Right. So you click start. And when you start, that's when the virtual box is going to open up and it's going to give you a prompt. Well, right. It's going to go through the setup, and then it's going to give you the Ubuntu desktop in a sense.
Right. I have already did the VI in my last name. I'm just trying to get this.
All right.
Never mind. Then start it back up.
It came up.
Yes, it started doing the thing again.
What thing?
Keep saying that the system program problem is detected.
System program. So it might have something to do with your Windows. I'm not understanding that one. Mine, I need to unlock mine, and I can't get to. Oh, I know. I got the keyboard. That's fine. Okay, let me open my keyboard. All right. All right, so when I log in, all right, I do get that desktop. It give me the date and all that. And like you say, I can scroll down the side, or like you say, I could do a search for terminal. All right, and when I click on terminal, it's gonna give me all these notifications because I use my Google account. I don't need all this remind stuff. Close all that out. Close all this up. All right. So, and see, when I open my terminal, it's running. So now, see, my terminal came up with David @ David -VirtualBox $. So, what you have for your prompt, or you're not getting to that point?
I have that, but for some reason, when I start typing the VI, my first and my last name, .sh, it just gives me this system that says system problem is detected program.
Man.
And then it asks me to report it. I report it. I have to put my password in.
Yeah, but just reporting it, all that does is just send them that message, and they try. And they're not gonna fix. It's not like they're gonna fix it today. It's like they get those reports and then they try to modify or upgrade the software based upon the reports that was sent in. So it ain't nothing like they're gonna do something today or this minute. That's not what that's about. You're just reporting the error, kind of like with Windows. You're just reporting it so that they can collect that data, and hopefully when they come out with their new release, or if they get enough of them, they'll work on it to make it better. But it's not there's not like a help desk to fix it right now. Yeah, that's not what that does. But it should come up, man. It should come up. And like I say, the other alternative, I would say, did you do anything to your Windows? Because the other alternative is to just uninstall the VirtualBox and reinstall it again. You know, because it's something that was either deleted if you tried to clean or refresh your screen, something that was associated with Ubuntu that was deleted or something. You know, that's just a guess. I can't say for sure.
And my thing is, you can't download anything unless the Wi-Fi.
Oh, that's another. Yeah,
so
that's
I'm stuck in both ways on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
A programming class, and I have other assignments that needs to be done. And I can't.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get to the internet to look at the assignments and even submit them. Yeah, other assignments.
And I have a class tonight at 4. Which I can probably still do the class, but I just can't do anything online.
Right. If the teacher say turn your work in before the class ends, you can't do that. What
you make
who
a
is this
hotspot on your phone?
No,
Because you do have access to internet on your phone, right?
Yeah, when you do hotspot, yeah, create that hotspot, yeah.
no, I
And
don't.
they're gonna run as fast, but yeah, it'll work. Yeah.
I don't have hotspot.
Or like I say, if you know a student that's in at BRC, not BRCC, man, EBR that has requested a hotspot at home, then you could use their hotspot. You know what I'm saying?
I might just have to go to my grandmother's house and get on her Wi-Fi.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
so
Right, but I would say some students, some of the high school and middle school students got hotspots. And then what you might need to do, and I'd have to do it. Semester almost over. We got like 3 weeks, 2 weeks, in the finals. You
I
could
know I'm gonna have to submit a
grab
form saying
form and
that
stuff. Right. Because you could request the equipment, the hotspot, if they have any available. Because like I said, semester almost over, so they might
I'm
have some, might not.
the thing is that I'm hoping that this Wi-Fi is just down for a couple of hours. That way I can get back up and start doing the work.
Right.
Because I don't want to get behind and I don't want to fail this test.
Right. But
It's
now,
that
who is your provider?
uh I really don't know who my daddy put it with.
Okay, but
So
okay.
I'm just
Well, like you getting it through, like they do. Well, who is like what your TV? Who is your TV service through?
we don't have cable, we have streaming.
Oh, but who you? Well, who is the stream? Who you streaming through? You're streaming through your Wi-Fi, which okay, and that's
Which
probably a
is
hotspot. Yeah,
which is all down. So
yeah,
I can say right now I am depressed because I'm
yeah.
trying to get everything and I
I,
only have
I and I
3 minutes.
understand, and and like I say, but I'm just telling you, man, this is computer science. Uh,
And
just
I
just look
understand. I'm just working with it and trying to
right,
do the best I can.
right. Because if you look at it, if you say you had a business, say you had $1 million business, multi-million-dollar business, software crashes. You got to go out and tell your workers and whomever that they can't get paid because it's a Friday or whatever, and this down and this whatever, until we fix it. Those things happen, but you got to stay, in control. You got to be proactive rather than, just like, oh well, I give up. I'm frustrated. I don't want to do because tomorrow will come regardless. So you got to stay with it, right?
I'm trying. I
That's
can
the way
honestly say that this has been one of the worst semesters.
semesters. And I can
Because
understand that. I can understand. It's a new thing. It's a little different, but hey, everybody gotta be able to work within it, work within it. Because we don't know how long this gonna last, you know what I'm saying? So next semester might be the exact same thing.
so I don't even know if I could get it submitted in on time. And that's what worries me because I need my grade. And I don't
Right,
want a zero.
right. And I understand that. Yeah.
I'm just gonna continue to fight with this.
Yeah. Mr. Poston, that 1A through F, what that means is if you look at it, I had one, what I had on them. I had in assignment 2, I had one, it shows 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When I had it in a Word document, it was one, where is that here? It was using was 1. And then it had A, B, C, D, E, F. Let me see if I can fix that right quick. Let me edit that. And what I mean by that is this. Okay, this is a 1. 1. And this was. Let's see if I can do something. No, trying to get this. just put it there. Okay. QA. Take the numbers off. Why? All right, here we go. Yes.
You want the for assignment number two,
Yeah.
you want it in the bash program? The
Yeah.
command?
I
Okay.
want you to use a command to put it in there.
Okay.
You remember the command we used? 1, 2, 3, 1 and A. Okay. So hopefully if I do this, and I know it ain't gonna do it, but I should leave it like it is. I know it. I know it. Okay, so that's really what it's supposed to somewhat look like. And I had something where, okay, create name it your first name. Okay, that's right. Okay, let's save just save it. Okay. Okay. You got it, Mr. Poston. Okay.
Mr. Sylvester.
Yeah.
So I might have just missed this, I apologize if I did, but just for clarification, on assignment 2, the second step after creating the bash file, it says use the Linux command to copy the contents of your created info file into your previously created bash file. So are you referring to copying the contents of assignment 2 into the bash file of assignment 1?
Right. Remember I say, but you might want to make a backup so that you have that first one to submit, and then that second one gonna be for the second assignment.
Okay.
Right. Now, when I say copy now, I want you to use the that command line that will what? That will put the contents of one file into another. Right?
Right.
Right. Okay. All right. And like I said, y'all need to put your names in the chat so I'll have you for today's roll too. See what's still said.
Hello?
Yeah.
Are we supposed to be doing this like on a VM, or can we do this in like Cocal or Cocal?
Either one.
Either one? Okay.
Because
I'm
who
trying
is
to figure
this?
out Quincy
Last name.
Williams.
Oh, because what happened is, take for instance, Mr. Jingles, his internet went down, so he was going to use his virtual box, but then it gave an error. So either one, it's gonna give the same results. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But one you're working on the internet, the other one you're working on your computer.
Okay.
But you still have to submit it though. Have to submit them back.
All right. Also, I have a question about assignment 1 really quick.
All right. Okay.
So are we making the folders first and then making?
No. And see now, that's the thing. Let me kind of go. You just came in.
Yeah.
All right. Let's
Have to get
look.
off work.
All right. So look, what it is, you're gonna create a file called assign.cpp using VI. The first line, you're gonna put your first and last name in it, okay, and save it. Then you're gonna start creating your bash file. Within that bash file, you're gonna put the commands that copies assign.cpp to assign2.cpp, a command that copies assign to assign3.cpp. So all you're doing is duplicating that one file into all those multiple file names. So all those files that you see in that list gonna have the same content. They just gonna have different names, all right?
So you would create the file and then copy it?
No, you're gonna create the bash. See, the bash file allows you to implement command line the command line prompt commands. You got me?
Mm-hmm.
So inside of that bash file, I can tell it to list a folder. I could tell it to remove a folder. I could tell it to rename a file in that bash file. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna put in the commands that copies the content of assign.cpp into assign2.cpp, copy assign.cpp into assign3.cpp, on and on and on and on. Once you do that, then you're gonna have a command line in the bash file that will make each one of those directories. Make a C++ a folder, make a project folder, make a test folder. Then you're gonna write a single command that will copy all of the assign.cpp files into the C++ folder. Have a command that copies all of the project.bank files into the projects folder, and then copy all of the test.gcc files into the test folder. All right, and once you do that, like I say, you execute that file to see if it works. If you have errors or whatever, you may have to go back and delete all of the files that was created, all of the folders that was created, except for your bash file and the assign.cpp file, and modify it and then run it, and then and run it again to see if it works the way it's supposed to work. All right. Once you get it running, you can make a backup or make another file or copy it into another file because you're going to use it for that second assignment. All right. You got it?
Yeah.
Okay. And the second assignment, you are to create it's a file. It don't matter what type file it is, that's going to consist of with bash commands that are going to create 2 blank lines, output your name, output the course, output the school and semester, output my name, and output 2 blank lines. So in that particular program or file, you just using the echo command, right? But now after you create that file, hopefully you're knowing the name that you created. Now what you're going to do, you're going to take the contents of that file, and I called it the info file because that's your information, the info file, and add it to that bash file and then execute it. So you should get the same execution, but this time your name and stuff should print at the end of it. All right. So then the last one, I can scroll down. This last one, you are to create a bash file that will display your the information. Now in this one, you could probably just copy the information into it or use that file and save it in a new name .sh. I don't care how you get that one done, but I want that the information in there. So I want you to add to that file or have it created where it's doing the exact same thing at the very beginning. So this time, rather than your information or your information be printed at the very end, it's going to be printed at the beginning. All right. If I can move this thing. All right. So now, once you do that, the bash file should allow you to input a file name. All right. So it's going to look for a file name. Then it's going to check to see if that file name is readable, writable, or, and I got to go back and put that, executable. All right. And last class period, we went over some parameters that can be used or options that can be used to check to see if a file is executable, writable, or readable. All right. So you're going to have if statements for that to check to see if that file is readable, if the file is writable, if it's executable. And then you're going to prompt, like say for the file you type in, it should either say file is readable, file is writable, file is executable. Or it could say file is readable, file is not writable, file is not executable. Or it could say file is not readable, file is not writable, file is not executable. You understand? So you check in this, and I could put in any file name and it should tell me whether or not it's readable, writable, or executable. All right? You got it, Mr. Williams?
Yeah, I got it.
All right. Let me go back and edit and put executable in there.
Mr. Sylvester.
Yeah, I'm listening.
For the third assignment, you didn't specify how we were to name the third bash file. Is there
I know you can name that one this assignment 3.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, so that we know it'll be it's really gonna be distinctive already, but just assignment 3.
That'll work. And then one other question. So
okay.
When we copy the contents from the second assignment bash file into the first assignment bash file, do you want that to remove all of the original contents of the file, or should it just should the info from the assignment 2 take the place of everything we entered for the bash file in assignment 1?
For number 2?
Yes.
No. And see, number 2 should be added to the bottom of assignment 1.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, remember that command we use? I don't want to say it, and then too, remember we talked about having enough of those symbols, because if you don't use enough symbols, you will what? Overwrite it.
Right.
Right. Let's stay in the chamber. Wow. There we go. No. Yeah. All right, class. Now, for the most part, everybody completed one.
No.
Okay. This is what I'm gonna do, Mr. Jingles, if he's still down. He's not done. All right,
Yes.
class. Oh, you there, Mr. Jingles? What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna keep this chest open, and like I said, Mr. Williams,
Yeah.
this is an open book test, and like what I mean by that, whatever notes, whatever the internet, whatever. Like I say, you can use resources to get your program done right. So and like I say, one thing I told them about when deleting those folders, if you make errors and folders already created and you need to delete them, you can use the -R parameter to delete the folder and everything in it without having to go in it and try to delete everything, then stepping back up and then deleting the folder. All right, so I gave them that little hint. But I'll leave today is what, Wednesday, right? I'll leave it up until Friday, all right? Friday midnight, okay? So make sure that you, like I said, if you do your research, but then come and get to it and do your assignments. And make sure they run correctly now, because I'm going to run them. And I'm going to see if they're going to run correctly. All right? So don't just get output and say, oh, well, it's done. Make sure it's running correctly. And like I say, just like for these files here, if you run it on a file, it should tell you 3 things. You should get the output of your name, your info, and it should tell you if the file is readable, writable, or executable. I should get 3 different statuses on that file. Whether it's readable, or not, whether it's writable or not, or whether it's executable or not. All right.
Okay.
So just make sure that. All right. So like I say, I'm gonna change the timing and till Friday, but make sure you work on it and try to get it turned in, because this will probably be the only test we'll take. And your notes, the final will come from the notes. Like different commands we went over. Like say, give you an example. The WC command. What is that command used for? See, if you've been reading up, it's the word count. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't word count. So stuff like that. I might give you a command with a command line, and maybe give you examples of what the output should be, or what it is, or what the result should be. You should be able to decipher what it should output. Stuff like that. The command within the bash file, what it should produce, or how to use the copy command, or what is the copy command? Does it actually copy, or does it actually rename? All right, because remember they got the rename, the move, and the copy, and they all got their own purposes. All right, so let me change that date on the assignment and the time. Where is this? So that'll be Friday. Okay, Friday at 11:59. All right. All right. So that's changed. And make sure you turn in those 4. You should have 4 files that you're going to turn in to me. You're going to turn in the bash file for the first assignment, the bash file, and the info file, even though the info information going to be in that bash file, but I want them both. And then in the last one, there's going to be a bash file. So 3 bash files and that info file that you have that are with your information. All right.
Okay. Oh, the assigned CP file is the info file you're talking about?
No.
What's the info file?
The info. Well, you're going to have a bash file for the first one, right?
Yeah.
Then you're going to create this info file here, right?
Oh, okay, yeah.
With echo, right. And I'm just calling it info file.
Okay, so it's just another SH file, right?
Well, it don't have to be, because what? You never executing it. Because I'm telling you to do what? Write it to where it does display, right? So you just put an echo, whatever, and then you copying it to the bottom of the other one. So you're never running it independently. But to be safe, you can do that and execute it to make sure.
Okay. So this is what I did. I did a SH file.
Okay, no problem.
I did the command that puts it in the first file inside of that file.
At the bottom. Right.
Yes.
Right. That's
so
right.
Once it finished running, it'll
show your name at the bottom.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. That's right for the second one.
Okay.
Right. And then for the third one, it's gonna show your name where?
At the top.
At the top, correct. Because see what it say, create the bash file that will display your info created, all right? And then input a file name, and you're gonna prompt the user to input a file name, and then type it in. You allow them to type it in, and they're gonna check. It should say this file is readable. This file is not writable. This file is not executable, or some one of those prompts. You know what I'm saying, for each one, right? Okay. All right. Any other questions?
Mr. Could you go over assignment 1 real quick?
Go over what now?
Assignment 1 real quick.
Assignment 1?
Could you go over that one more time? Yeah.
What, the whole thing, or assignment 1?
Assignment 1.
Assignment 1? All right. Assignment, Okay. Assignment 1. With assignment 1, you're gonna create a file, named assign.cpp using VI. All right. So VI assign.cpp. I said one. Assign.cpp. Now, once you create that file, you're gonna put on the first line your first and last name, and you save it. It's done. But then you're gonna create a bash file, all right? That's gonna have the commands that will copy the contents of this file into a file named this, 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 and a file named this. So you're gonna do the you're gonna take that assign.cpp file and make duplicates with a new name. So you go, all these files will be have the exact same content. They just gonna have what? A different name. But the thing is, this is gonna be done in the bash file. So you're gonna have to type that correct command in the bash file for each one of these. You had a question? You had a question? All right.
Okay, I got you.
All right. So once you do that, though, in that bash file, you're going to create 3 separate folders. So whatever that command to create a folder, that folder name. Command folder name. Command folder name. Then then you're going to write the command, want to be a command line that's going to copy all of the .cpp files, the assign.cpp files into C++ folder. Then you're gonna write the command that's gonna copy all of the project .bank files into the project folder. Then you're gonna write a command that's gonna copy all of the test.gcc files into the test folder. All right. And now I got a period here. And then you're gonna execute it. If you have any errors though, you may have to delete all of the files here and the folders, and except for this file in your bash file, so that you can run it, make the changes and run it again to see if it's running correctly. All right. So each time you run it, you may have to do that to make sure that it runs correctly. Everybody got that? Right? Question? You got it, Mr. Washington?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Anybody else? Question? Did y'all put your name in the chat so I can have it? Any other questions? Y'all can see my screen?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, all right. I was gonna say.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, all right. Oh, my video off though. The video. Oh, they must have went off when the whole thing went off. That must be what happened. When the whole thing went off, it must have went off. All right. So, any other questions? All right. So, if there's no questions, you got your name in the chat. You got till Friday. Do my test. All right. Make sure you go through it and test it, and like I say, hopefully you're gonna make a good grade. All right.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
All right. Have a good one.
You too.
You too.
All right. Big change.